Over the course of this Steam Next Fest, I played 21 demos for upcoming games. Yeah, I might have a problem. Anyway, I wanted to share my thoughts about the games and rank them. I started my playthrough with Karma: The Dark World. I'm usually not a big fan of horror games, but I have to say this one was kinda decent. They painted the dystopian atmosphere really well, and even if there's not that much gameplay in the demo, the story here was enough to get me hooked. And also the graphics are pretty nice. I had some frame drops and stuttering here and there, but nothing that cannot be fixed. I'm giving Karma a solid B, and I think there's a lot of potential. Next up, I played Neon Blood, and honestly I wanted a little more from this one. The whole demo took me like 15 minutes to complete, and so far this looks like a pretty standard adventure game with turn-based combat. At least the pixel art is nice, right? I have to put Neon Blood in C for now. Next we have 3 different Souls-like, starting with Mandragora. This one is a banger. The movement is fluid, combat is satisfying, there's enough enemy variety, and there are 3 bosses you can fight in this demo. Weirdly enough, even the voice acting didn't bother me.
I'm currently banned from this city. Little misunderstanding in a dice game. And in Billy's daughter.
Like, that's pretty good, right? Mandragora is S tier for me and a definite wishlist. The second Souls-like is Sword. I have to say this one unfortunately looked better than it played. It was just all a bit too clunky, both the movement and the combat. Like, for example, when you're facing one direction and you do a charge attack, the indicator stays there, but you charge in the new direction you are aiming in. Also, the UI is dated and kinda ugly, but to be fair, I still had some fun with this game. I'll put it in C tier, but I still think there's some potential with Sword. The third Souls-like I played was AI Limit, and let me tell you one secret about myself. I've never played an actual Souls-like in my life.
You weird, buddy.
I know, I believe I'll play them one day, okay? But for this game it meant that I died on the first elite enemy like 8 times, pressed Alt F4 and uninstalled the game. S tier. Let's now go through some roguelites because there were just so many to play. I started with Windblown, obviously, and yeah, it's good. The fast dashing is cool, the combat is so fun, and I especially enjoyed the 2-weapon mechanic and the combos. Windblown is an easy S tier. Next up is Cursebane, and this one is a simpler roguelite. It works well and looks nice, but I think that it just needs a little more content and polish, and more importantly is also missing something unique. Some mechanic that would make the game stand out and keep you playing. And for that reason, I'm putting Cursebane in C. Maybe like this and this. Billionaire is an interesting one because it looked amazing to me at first, but I soon realized that dropping a ball and watching it bounce all over the place or spawn more balls isn't all that exciting, and I love playing with balls.
Bro, what did you just say?
After stumbling upon a completely broken build in my second run, I didn't really want to play anymore, but you might feel differently. I'll put Billionaire in C tier. Next roguelite I played was Heroes of Hammerwatch 2, and full disclaimer, I haven't played the first game so I cannot directly compare them, but I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I played as a mage and using different spells was always satisfying, as were all the different ways to make your character stronger for each run. There's a lot of content as well. I played like 2 hours and I still haven't finished the demo, but there are a lot of bugs. I'll see myself out. I'm putting Heroes of Hammerwatch in S tier, probably even the top. And another sequel where I haven't played the first game is Streets of Rogue 2, and the biggest problem with this one is it's just not ready. This is supposed to be a you can do anything game, but there is not enough stuff to do. I found the tutorial missions pretty boring and something strange happened. I got a quest to kill the mayor, however, I already did. back when I was trying the sandbox stuff, so I couldn't complete the mission now. That should be an easy fix, right? So yeah, this one is a bit undercooked at the moment, but I'm sure it will be a banger later. D for now, S on release. Next up we have 2 Slay the Spire clones in a row. I'm not gonna spend too much time here. Starvaders is this one where you use your cards and move your robot on a grid and kill other robots. And then you have Commander Quests where you place down cards as little armies and fight an enemy commander. Both of these games are well made and a creative take on the formula for sure. And I'll actually put both in A tier. And the last roguelite I played was Sulfur. This is another one that looked good at first, but then it wasn't. I think choosing caves as the environment for the demo was a horrible choice because it all looked dull and samey. Completely killed the cool art style the game has going for it, in my opinion. The gunplay was just meh, and the only thing I liked was the sword. I know a lot of people like it, but for me it's just D tier. Maybe better than Streets of Rogue 2. So moving on from there, I played Luma Island. This cozy game offers an experience similar to Stardew Valley, but at least for me, it doesn't reach the same heights in majority of aspects. However, my girlfriend seemed to enjoy.
2,000 years later.
However, my girlfriend seemed to enjoy it a lot, so make of that what you will. I'll put Luma Island in B tier. So the premise of The Precinct was pretty cool. You play as a cop and you do everything from catching criminals to giving parking tickets. However, the demo was only a tutorial and we didn't get to try the open world sandbox that's promised here. Also, the dialogue sequences were pretty annoying at times. But I still think the game is promising because the little that was shown was actually really good, so I'll put it in B tier. Next I played Tower Factory, which is a combination of a tower defense game and a city builder. You need to build factories to gather wood and stone and use them to build up your defenses. The premise is good, but that alone unfortunately cannot carry the game. The tower defense aspect is very basic and you have a tower limit that is too low in my opinion, and you have to basically buy upgrades to even beat it. Tower Factory is bottom of C tier for me. And lastly, we're gonna look at some Horde Survivors or Bullet Heavens or Vampire Survivors likes if you're nasty. For your benefit, I'm gonna summarize each one with one sentence only. Jotun Slayer, Hordes of Hell. The Norse mythology setting is awesome and I love the variety between the classes. A tier. Temtem Swarm. Pokemon, but it's the most addictive game on this list with so many upgrades to unlock. S tier. Bloodshed. Love the boomer shooter crossover, but it's just too easy and there is no final boss. B tier. To Kill a God. Why can you shoot only when standing still? It makes no sense. And also there is no auto shoot option. D tier. And the last bullet heaven is Karate Survivor. There is a cool move sequence mechanic, but you can only attack left or right. Why? B tier. So this is the tier list. Let me know what demos you played and how would you rank them, because playing demos is a great way to try upcoming games for free. And if you like getting free and cheap games, check out this video where I talk about 10 ways you can get them.